Hello everyone, this is Gilbert, back with the Seriously For Real final extra part. After I recorded the other parts, I realized I had forgotten to show the versus mode. The first thing I show, you can actually go 2-player or versus the computer. I didn't want to wait for a friend to help me out with this, so I just went against the computer. You can see I have all the frames unlocked, change the level. Unfortunately, there's no unlimited time. Like, unlike a lot of fighting games where you can set the time limit to be just unlimited, you can't do that here. You can only do a maximum of 3 minutes. But you have a variety of stages to choose from. Some from this game, some not from this game.
Leo Stenbach coming.
I will beat you anytime.
Yeah, and all the characters, when you choose them, they say little things like that. But yeah, I decided to show off what it's like to fight, using frames other than Jehuti. And it's very, very strange. For example, you notice that the little bar under the HP bar, it pretty much it's draining constantly because I'm in Leo's fighter jet form. And it also drains anytime you do like a special attack. So anything other than your basic attack, and then you recharge it by charging up for like a burst attack or something. You don't hit the attack button, and that charges up that little bar. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't in there in the PlayStation 2 version released in the States. As I recall, you could pretty much spam special moves infinitely, and so it kind of made a lot of guys really overpowered. And there I am, just like a boss, gauntleting his freaking annoying burst attack away. Interesting to note, the computer here, even at the maximum level, is not nearly as challenging as the extreme mode fight that you can. Like, none of the frames will be as hard as they are on extreme mode. And of course, Nephthys, who I'll show later, does not have her freaking hacks green shield that blocks everything. So that's just completely gone in the versus mode. So you don't have to worry about someone choosing Nephthys and then being a dick, because you can't touch them with their thing. But then again, none of these are very balanced at all. I gotta be honest. And of course, fighting a real person is different. Obviously the computer is not gonna be.
It's the runner, not the frame, that makes the difference.
Not gonna be the most challenging opponent. It never is. I don't know why you get this unsaved progress thing, because you can't save in versus mode. There's no data to save, so I don't know why that warning bothers to come up. So yeah, now let's try Inherit versus Nephthys with me playing Nephthys, or me playing Inherit in one of the other arenas. I don't show off all the arenas.
Let's fight.
Yeah. So I don't show off all the arenas, and I apologize for that. But I try to show some of the interesting ones off. Here's Antilia, from the first game. But this is never a battle. This is never a spot you actually go to in the first game, as I recall. But this is just like outside the Antilia colony from the first game. And I have to say, it's really weird playing as some of these other frames, because they all behave very, very differently from Jehuti. Which, the reason I don't use Jehuti is because Jehuti is the best one, at least in my opinion. Jehuti can own all of these guys. But yeah, I'd explain the controls, but I don't play this enough to really have them memorized by heart. I will say that both versions of Anubis can zero shift. It's like L1 is like your special move button. or like signature move, whatever. I don't know. So for Nephthys, it's like the charge attack, the charge that she does, where she dashes towards you and hits you. I believe that's hers. I think this is Inherit's right there that I just did. I don't remember. That actually might be his burst attack. I don't recall. But yeah, it's really weird playing as these other frames. And it is just my opinion that Jehuti is way stronger. Obviously, this is not going well. Oh yeah, here's the real challenging part of versus mode. Yeah, I just decided to rematch. I wasn't having that. But there's only one camera, and it doesn't keep the first player in front. What you're seeing here is exactly the same as it would be if I were playing against another person. Except the computer would be placed by, you know, a 2P for second player. And so it's very, very strange to be the one in the background as opposed to in the foreground, because you're used to, if you play through the story mode, you're used to playing as Jehuti. I mean, you have to play through the story mode anyway to even unlock any frames to play against. Aside from maybe the original Jehuti, so I don't know. Maybe you can do, like, you can do Nephthys versus Nephthys and Jehuti versus Jehuti. But I don't recommend that because it gets really confusing. Because the only thing you have to go by who's who is the little 1P or COM or 2P, you know, pointing at your frame. That's the only difference. It doesn't do the fighting game thing where it will like change the colors or something. Yeah. So the versus mode is really weird. It's really unbalanced. I don't really play it. I just kind of did this to show it off. You know, so you can see what it's like. It's really not great. I gotta be honest with you. Definitely room for improvement here. Anyway, that's much better. So let's see. What else is there to freaking say? I don't know. I mean, there really isn't much to say about versus mode, but I wanted to show a lot of different things off, and I think this is the part where I play as Anubis. Yeah, I play as Anubis, and I go up against. Really? I went up against an Arjet for some reason because I hadn't shown off Arjet yet in versus mode.
Let's begin.
I shall take care of you.
Yeah.
Simulator activated.
So here we go. I actually found, at least on the PlayStation 2 version, I recall finding Anubis to be actually the weakest of them. Like on the PlayStation 2 version, Anubis just sucked. Like, I couldn't beat anything with Anubis on the PlayStation 2 version. I think Anubis was buffed here. So, you know, it's not nearly as bad. And part of the problem with Anubis is his zero shift is incredibly slow. Which is funny, because it's like, in the story, it's like the big thing that makes Anubis... It's one of the big things that makes Anubis so superior. It is zero shift. And, at least on the PlayStation 2 version, it was so slow, it was like, damn, this is useless. Jehuti's is so much better. But, I think they sped it up here. I do believe I show it off. But yeah, there's not much. I don't know. It's that Jehuti is so balanced between melee and ranged combat. Like his sword swing Jehuti's sword swing is so much faster than any of these other guys. I guess Anubis's lance, at least in this version, is okay. But I find Jehuti's sword to be far the most superior melee weapon of all the frames. Especially like Arjet and Nephthys and Inherent. Obviously Zakat is not playable. You know, for very clear reasons, you cannot play as Zakat in this. You know, it's so big. You couldn't, you know. It wouldn't fit in most of the... Well, at least it would fit in the arenas, but it would just take up so much space. And I also think you die really fast as Zakat. Yeah, it takes a lot to get used to be in the background. Oh yeah, there you go. I shut off the shit. So in here, it's actually much faster. But it was definitely, I do recall it was so slow on the PlayStation 2 version. It was not worth playing as.
Did I overestimate
anyway,
you?
So after this versus mode, there's one more versus mode match I do. After this, there are a few things left to show that I wanted to. One, I wanted to showcase that right before you blow away the compressed space shield for the entrance to the Almon area that turns out to not be really be Almon. You know, the one where you fight Ken. Well, you fight the fake Anubis. You know, with Ken inside.
Who can beat me?
I will beat you anytime.
Yeah, I should have shut up for that. But that's really funny. That was not planned on my part, but yeah, they do say some different things, but it's a very small list. It's like 2 or 3. I think it's probably just 2. But yeah, that was really funny. That just kind of worked out really nicely there. But anyway, so I wanted to show that Ada does in fact change how she thinks the battle will go, based on your performance in the game, and so I just showed that she does say something different in this. I actually don't get the absolute best thing she can say, which I believe she'll say, if you do well enough, like you'll win easily. There's no problem here. You're gonna dominate him. It'll be fine. And Dingo has the same reaction every time, like I've said before. But I don't get that because even though I played through the game as Naked Jehuti, I kind of screwed around a lot, and I tried to sort of take a shortcut by fighting Almon Anubis in Vasilia, you know, before you fight Nephthys. And I took some damage there that, you know, if I'd just gone and done the normal thing you do and blow up the 2 facilities, then I probably would have gotten the best one. But no, I screwed it around a bit too much. I took some damage because I was just kind of messing around. So I don't get the absolute best thing she can say, but I just wanted to showcase that she does in fact say something different. And I've done that.
Wow, that was close.
And and I also wanted to show the ending screen you get when you double S rank both of the missions. And I think that's about it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play, and there are still more videos coming. I'm still going to do the extreme mode fights. I'm probably going to do some commentary for those.
Now Jehuti and Anubis are exactly even.
Then it depends on the runners. Ada, what do you think?
If you try, you just may win the battle.
I see. Let's take it easy, Ada.
So there you go. It's just something different. And here we go. This is the result of that playthrough. And I got a trophy for that. Double S rank. Anyway, Extreme Mode fights still coming with commentary. And I'll see you later, guys.